jabber, 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 jabber. Okay, so I was supposed to review The Purge today, but I was sitting in my bed at 2 o'clock this morning and I turned on Disney Channel and I got really mad. I was raging. So I decided our topic of the day is gonna be Disney. Wasn't it? Wasn't it just the coolest? It was the coolest. If you didn't watch Disney Channel, you were lame. But now it sucks. Like, what's up with that? I don't understand. But Walt Disney is probably rolling over in his grave right now because it sucks. It's terrible. Does anyone remember Bug Juice? But these kids used to go to summer camp and you still watched it because their summer was better than you. And then you watched Jed Jackson because he blew up stuff and apparently he was really cool and now he works for like CSI. Even Stevens, who can forget it? The really, really old Even Stevens where they started off with the little clay animation at the beginning. Shia LaBeouf and Ray Romano and Beans. I don't know his real name, but he was the cutest little thing. Then Lizzie McGuire came out, and I had mixed feelings. I liked Hilary Duff, but it was full of little teenage drama, and from a young age, I didn't roll with that kind of stuff, and I got aggravated quickly. But Matt was the best part of it, so I watched it anyway. And then The Proud Family came out for 4 or 5 years, and everyone loved it because it was something different. It was a cartoon, and Penny was awesome. And alright, let's be real, it was all about Sugar Mama. Then, of course, Kim Possible came out, and everyone knew who the character was because she was the girl from Even Stevens doing the voice, and then the guy who played Ron's voice was the guy from Boy Meets World, so everybody knew what was going on, and you knew the entire thing. Whenever you would hear that bum bum bada, you would sing along. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Oh, this next one. What can I say? The next one I want to talk about is That's So Raven. Why do you not show this show anymore? It was the best show ever, Disney, because Chelsea, Raven, and Eddie were the best people you could ever have, and you always wanted friends like that. And we all watched it for 4 years of our lives. And I could have used it during high school, but you didn't let it run through high school. You let it run through middle school, and I'm very upset with you. Walter, whatever your name. Then they came out with, I think, Lilo and Stitch, the series. I could have lived without it, but I mean, we had the movies. I'm okay. I'm not skeptical of it. Then Dave the Barbarian came out. If y'all even remember that. It only stayed on for a year because it sucked. Nobody watched it. Then Phil of the Future came out, and who didn't love Phil of the Future? I mean, come on. Ricky Ullman, you were hot. Then Brandy and Mr. Whiskers came out, and I thought it was really dumb, and it insulted my intelligence. And I was only in like 4th or 5th grade. And so I think Walt Disney would have punched someone in the face for making Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. Because she was a dog and he was a buck-toothed bunny. Enough said. Then that series with Jake Long, little Asian kid, came out, and he was like a dragon. And I mean, I watched it. It was better than Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, but um, I don't know. They're slowly getting worse. Now, the next one I want to talk about is Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. It came out in 2005, and I enjoyed myself. I loved Arwen, and I loved that the Asian was dumb and the blonde was smart, and the two little boys ransacked the hotel the entire time. It was the best thing you had ever saw, and maybe it was only because their lives were better than yours. I don't know. Their lives were better than mine, and they were like 7. So that leads me to believe that I have a sucky life. Now, the last one I truly want to talk about is Emperor's New School, and I do believe this is one of the best ones they did due to them branching off of the movies correctly, and it being a series that you could keep up with. You knew it, you love it, but then they followed it up with Hannah Montana, and you can see where I'm going with this. It slowly just went rolling in his grave. Walter's rolling in his grave. So, like I said, Hannah Montana came out, and that was fine. I could get used to it. I watched it a few times, but then they came out with Corey in the house, and I was like, oh, yes! Yeah, we get to see what happens to Corey. And it was kind of dumb, and the only reason it was a good show is because of that little girl that played the president's daughter, and I don't remember her name, but that's okay. Then Phineas and Ferb came out, and you hate to say it, but you like it, but it still doesn't compare to what we had when we were little. But you can't help but sit there and go, so stick with us, cause Phineas and Ferb are gonna do it all. I know, that was a terrible rendition, but you know what I mean. Currently the only show I would give props to on Disney Channel is Wizards of Waverly Place, because I don't know, it's because I like it. I don't have a reason. Sweet Life on Deck came out, and I was so excited that Cody and Zach were on their next adventure, but of course, once you make the second of something, it's never as good as the first. And of course, I get they were older and they still wanted to make money, but they could have made it better. That's my opinion. But then they followed that with Sunny with a Chance, and I just wanted to punch Demi Lovato in her face. And you know you did too. And then they came out with Jonas LA, which I was okay with because everyone was in love with the Jonas Brothers, and who didn't want to see their beautiful faces on television and make more money than they could possibly ever want in their entire life. Then they came out with something called Fish Hooks, and apparently it's fish talking. Way to teach our kids, Disney. And then Shake It Up came out, and that's okay. I like it. I watched it last night at like 3 o'clock in the morning, but that's the only time I'll ever watch it whenever nothing else is on. And then they came out with Ant Farm, which I don't even want to talk about because it sucks. And then they came out with So Random, which once again, that's Demi Lovato, and I don't like it. Apparently they have something called Prank Stars on Disney. I've never seen it in my life. Guess it's not that big of a deal. Jessie is on with the girl Debbie Ryan from Sweet Life on Deck, and it's okay. I mean, I'll sing along and sit there and go, hey, Jessie, and then I'll change it because I don't really want to watch it. And then Austin and Ally came out, and I think it's one of the fakest series they've ever made on Disney Channel, because they always want to take every single character they have on Disney and turn them into singers. And I'm sorry, Disney, but that does not always work. They do suck occasionally. You're not always going to get superstars out of every single person that tries out or auditions for Disney. Apparently they have something called Gravity Falls. I have no clue what that is, so I'm not gonna say anything about it, which apparently means it sucks, because if I can't say anything about it, doesn't mean, do they advertise that? I don't know. Apparently they have something called Code 9 that came out in 2012, and it ended in 2012, so you see where I'm going with this. And then they came out with Dog and a Blog, and I was done. Why? Why was there a need for that movie, series, whatever it is? I don't even know, because it sounds stupid and I refuse to watch it. I mean, it may be a cute dog, it doesn't mean I'm gonna be attracted to it. And if Disney has any other series out that I don't know about, oh well, because they suck and it's a waste of my time now. I just don't care about you anymore, Disney. It breaks my heart to say it, but I just don't care.